If you want to get modern shag, this is the complete step-by-step video you need to get modern shag this year. So let's get started. The ideal lengths for modern shag are around 5 inches on top, with the layers falling somewhere between 2.5 and 4 inches, depending on how dramatic you want the layers. The sides can be left longer, around 4 inches, or trimmed shorter if you want more contrast, and the back should be 3 inches. The fringe, if you're going for one, usually lands somewhere around the eyebrow to just below the eye. That's the target we are building toward. Now let's talk about who can actually rock this hairstyle, because not every style works for every person. The modern shag usually looks best on oval face shapes, because oval faces naturally balance layered hairstyles really well. If you have an oval face, you can honestly experiment with shorter or longer shag versions pretty easily. It also works really well on longer face shapes, because the layers and volume around the sides create more width, which balances the face. Heart-shaped faces can also pull it off extremely well because the texture around the jawline softens the wider forehead area. For round face shapes, the hairstyle can still work, but you usually want slightly more height on top and less puffiness around the cheeks to avoid making the face look rounder. One thing a lot of people struggle with is not knowing their real face shape. Most people just guess, and that's why certain hairstyles never look the way they expected. You can find your face shape in Manly AI, which is available on both App Store and Play Store. You simply open the app, take a picture, and it shows your face shape in real time. You can even upload an old photo, and the app will tell you your actual face shape instantly. In terms of texture, the shag genuinely looks great on wavy and curly hair, because the natural texture does a lot of work for you. But straight hair absolutely works too, especially with the right styling routine. Now, you need to have very short hair to start this process that I'm about to share. I'm assuming you have a buzz cut right now, or hair that is very short, maybe half an inch to 1 inch, roughly the same length all around. That is our starting point for this video. If you don't have a buzz cut, you've got two options. Option 1, you go get the buzz cut. I know that sounds extreme, but starting from an even, clean base actually makes this work process very smoother. Option 2, if your hair is already past a buzz cut length, that's fine too. Just jump in from wherever you are right now. Use the month markers I give you as a general guide and adjust based on what your hair is actually doing. You know your hair better than anyone. Now, you need to grow your hair for 2 months before your first visit. During the first 2 months, your hair is going to look awkward because you are growing from a buzz cut. There is no way around it. When you grow hair from a buzz cut, the beginning phase always feels weird because the hair is too short to flow but too long to stay neat. At this stage, there is genuinely nothing your barber can do that adds value. You're just growing. After 2 months, it is time for your first visit. Your hair will probably be around 3 inches on top, 2 inches on the sides, and 1 inch on the back. And listen carefully here, because what you tell your barber matters a lot. Tell your barber you are growing your hair for a modern shag hairstyle, and you only want a light cleanup around the edges and slight layering so the hair grows naturally. At this stage, your barber should mainly shape the hair, not shorten it. A lot of barbers are trained to make everything look neat and sharp, but the modern shag is not supposed to look super clean. It needs softness and movement. If they cut too much, you basically restart the process. After another 2 months, it is time for your second barber visit. Now, around month 3 and 4 is where things finally start getting exciting. Your top hair may now reach around 4 inches, and the sides are around 3 inches, and they have started gaining enough length to create shape. This is where the hairstyle begins to develop personality. Your back has reached around 2 inches. At this point, your second barber visit becomes important. Now, you actually want your barber to start adding visible layers. The modern shag depends heavily on layers because that's what creates movement and texture instead of flat, heavy hair. Tell your barber you want medium textured layers throughout the top and crown area while keeping length around the sides and back. You do not want super aggressive layering because too much can make the hair look thin or outdated. Modern shag hairstyles usually look softer and more natural compared to older shag styles from the past. This is also the stage where you can start experimenting with styling, and I recommend using lightweight texture products. Sea salt spray works incredibly well because it gives your hair natural separation and volume without making it stiff. Texture cream also works really well if you want a softer look. Now, after another 2 months, it is time for your third and final barber visit. This is the time when the hairstyle finally comes together. Your top hair may now be around 5 inches, the sides around 4 inches, and the back shag starts creating that relaxed flow that makes the hairstyle stand out at 3 inches. At this point, most people will finally notice the hairstyle instead of just noticing longer hair. Now, during this visit, the goal changes from growing to refining. Your barber should now focus on balancing the layers, removing excess bulk in certain areas, and perfectly shaping the hairstyle. You still want texture and movement, but now you also want the haircut to frame your face properly. Okay, here's the part a lot of people skip and then wonder why their hair doesn't look like the reference photo. And that is styling the shag. It is genuinely straightforward, but you have to be consistent with it. Start with damp hair. Apply a small amount of texturizing cream or a light curl enhancing cream if you have wavy or curly hair. Something that defines without crunching. If your hair is straight, a sea salt spray works really well for adding grit and movement. Scrunch it in from the midlands to the ends. Then, and this is very important step, use a diffuser if you have one. I suggest using it on a low heat, low speed setting because it scrunches and lifts the hair at the roots and builds the volume through the crown that the shag is known for. If you don't have a diffuser, you can let it air dry, but just know it is going to look flatter, especially if your hair is straight. Flip your head upside down while it dries, if that's the route you're taking. Once it is dry, go in with a small amount of light pomade or a hair wax again. A little goes a long way. And separate the pieces at the front with your fingers. You want it to look like your hair just did this naturally. That deliberately imperfect, almost messy finish is exactly what you're going for. And if you want to see what the modern shag would actually look good on you before committing to anything, Manly AI has a hairstyle replacer feature where you can basically try the hairstyle on your own photo. You upload your picture, pick the style, and it shows you a realistic preview of your actual face. That's honestly one of the most useful things if you're on the fence about whether this is the right call for you. And that's it. I've made a detailed separate video on how to actually grow hair in 2026. Watch this next.